Motherfucker, I'm awesome. No, you're not, dude, don't lie. I'm awesome. I'm driving around in my mom's ride. I'm awesome. A quarter of my life gone by, and I met all my friends online. Motherfucker, I'm awesome.
What up, guys? It is Jacob Plays for Days Bowling coming at you with my boy Dylan Hood Magic.
That ain't Falco.
We're coming up with a Banlist prediction video, and I wanted to start off with the adjusted list, which you can see on the screen. We've got Performance Plush Fire, Damage Juggler, and Ptolemaeus all being banned. Obviously, the Ptolemaeus hit was a huge one. Damage Juggler and the Plush Fire are also kind of big, but I agree that Pepe was way too strong, and I think that it needed those cards to be restricted from them. And it's a shame.
I don't understand why you just ban Ptolemaeus, bro. Everybody knows you're just hitting that Ptolemaeus to kill the Infinity, bro. Just ban the Infinity, like, check yourself.
I agree, but I think that they were more concerned with level 5 decks, level 5 machine decks like Cyber Dragon being stopped from using such a new card versus Ptolemaeus was kind of an older card that a lot of people had been complaining about for a while just because it was like, oh, look, I'm now going into Pleiades, and Pleiades was such a huge impact card.
All right, hear me out for a second. How many times, be it at a tournament, or also hype with Worlds being in Orlando? That's pretty hype.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Anyways, I could like walk to National. That's funny. Doesn't matter. How many times have you seen a Cyber Dragon deck?
I agree, but there's other level 5 decks, like Dynamis have come out, and I think that they're trying to leave Infinity open for stuff like Dynamis to be able to explore that, you know what I mean?
No. How many people you see playing Dynamis?
No, I agree. That's kind of more anti-meta stuff, but that'll be Konami's way of saying, hey, we wanted to leave Cyber Dragon Infinity open because we wanted to give level 5 machine decks that diversity option to go into Infinity and utilize it. But we didn't want to give rank 4s a toolbox card that let them go into any rank 5, and then if they chose Nova, just immediately bounce into Infinity. But no, I agree. I don't think Ptolemaeus should have received the ban. I think it should have been Infinity. But this is Konami. I mean, these are the same people that made 6 cents a card, you know what I mean? They're going to do what they see fit to balance the game out, and, we disagree with it. That's part of the job.
When 6 cents came out, I my justification was, why not just support Hitler?
No, I mean, that's kind of how I felt about 6 cents, too. It was just a ridiculous card that just needed to not come out. But, here we are talking about it.
And then they were like, hey guys, Hitler's not so bad. I mean, he killed Hitler, and then they killed 6 cents. So they effectively killed Hitler again.
I'm going to stab you. Let's stop with the Hitler jokes. We're still recording. The next part of the adjusted list was Skull Crobat, Monkey Board, and Draco Slayer. Luster, Draco Slayer. Luster, Draco Slayer, I agreed. I think it needed to be hit.
Hold on. I gotta stop you right there. Draco Slayer. Luster, Draco Slayer. The name's Draco Slayer. Luster, Draco Slayer.
Shut up. This isn't James Bond. I'll stab you.
But that's what you said. You were like, Luster.
I know. I wasn't thinking straight. Alright, calm down. We're still recording anyways. I don't care. Performapal Skull Crobat Joker. Performapal Monkey Board. Luster Pendulum the Draco Slayer. I agree with all of these. Without hesitation.
Darn, look at you go.
Skull Crobat Joker was a very good card. It's kind of a toolbox card for almost any Pendulum deck right now, because almost any Pendulum deck can splash in Magicians, any Pendulum deck can splash in Pepe. So I agree with the hit on Skull Crobat. Monkey Board kind of reminds me a lot of Clifford Scout.
Just a lot more OP.
I don't think it's more OP just because Scout you were able to search once per turn. But the reason I feel Scout was hit was because it was okay, I have this card and now I've got a Pendulum skill because I searched out my other card. Monkey Board was kind of the same way, but it was more of a when you activated it type thing. Or rather on the turn you activated it.
Yeah, so also, it was a Performapal, so you could just summon Skull Crobat Joker and add it, and then add another card, and you just gone negative nothing, and basically have a monster on field, a pendulum in your scale, and a free card in your hand.
Yeah, which is probably another pendulum. So now you're just gonna pendulum 5. And that, like I said, Monkey Board, Skullcrow, Joker. I agree with those being limited. Bluster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, kind of the surprise factor here. Out of these
Not
6
really.
cards, out of the 6 though, I mean, I wouldn't have expected Luster Pendulum just because we have all that Draco Slayer support coming out.
Yeah, but like, do you know what Luster Draco basically was?
A monster.
Except he was a pendulum.
Whatever. He's half monster, half spell.
Like, have you ever seen that the one like clip where it's like a the Saw movie where it's like the beginning of the one where the guy's like strapped to the table and the pendulum swinging down on him, and some guy photoshopped in like a picture of like the top half of the pendulum was like the monster color and the bottom half was green, and Saw's face was of like Kaiba, and it was really funny.
No, I haven't seen that, but
well, that's good because I just made it up.
Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, a search and a pop. He was a good card, and I think he deserved to be limited. But like I said, I was just surprised with all the Draco Slayer support coming out. But pretty much, I don't think any of that's going to get changed. I think that's all going to stay the same. As for our ban list predictions,
Wavering Eyes, banned.
he thinks Wavering Eyes is going to get banned. I think it's going to go to 1.
And I think you'd be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see how that one turns out. But obviously, we both agree Wavering Eyes is going to get hit in some way, shape, or form.
A dick with a ban hammer.
Life Equalizer, I think, is going to get banned. Just stops too many FTK plays. It creates too many FTK plays. I'm sorry.
Yeah, stops all of them.
Shut up. Life Equalizer being banned, I think, would stop a lot of FTK decks from existing, and I think that's better for the metagame than anything, because FTK decks just, in my opinion, ruin Yu-Gi-Oh!, and I know a lot of people feel that way.
Have you seen the one play that the what's his name, the guy made with Monarchs and Life Equalizer, where he like picked up his whole deck and threw it at the other guy?
Pretty much. That's pretty much what that card does with the Monarchs. I've seen that build. It's ridiculously consistent, and it just needed to be stopped.
Speaking of Monarchs, Idea, out of here.
Yeah, Idea needs to go to 1.
And with that hoo-ha.
Yeah, that's Idea is broken. Add back the Banish.
1 for 1, eat my cock, like...
Yeah, it's crazy. Dark Magician of Chaos, Stratos, Sangan.
There's no point.
Like I said before we started this video, I think them going to 1 wouldn't adjust it. Wouldn't change anything in the meta. I think it would give heroes a little bit of hope. Excuse me, with Stratos.
Konami is like probably the worst company that has ever seen the face of the Japanese people, and they're just going to be like, if it's not going to change anything, why move it?
I don't know. Like I said, I think that they could go to 1 potentially.
And before, like, you're some kind of psychic, DMOC gets unbanned, and then with all the new Dark Magician support, there's like this really broken build. Like,
it's gonna happen. Honestly, I'm hyped about all the Dark Magician support, and I would love to see Team Up come out strictly because of the Dark Magician support.
Dude, I'm like riding the Blue Eyes White Dragon as we speak.
You're hyped about him.
Dude, all about it.
Stratos, obviously, like I said, for heroes, and then Sangan. I don't think
the Blue Eyes Hydra that was leaked.
Yeah, it looks awesome. But Sangan, I don't think
because I made that up.
No, there's a Blue Eyes that's coming out. It's not called Blue Eyes Hydra, but I knew what you meant.
There's like 8 billion Blue Eyes cards coming out, dude. I saw the what's it called? There was like some kind of website leak on the fucking TCG Shonen shit, whatever the name of that website is. And it had like 10 new Blue Eyes cards, like the Ancient White Stone of Legend. Like, come on.
It's gonna be hype. Emergency teleport stops Cosmos, and it'll also stop that super quantum build for Monarchs. If they hit
Month,
Utility.
it's just going to be a bunch of spaceships flying around. That's what you.
Yeah, and I think stopping Farm Girl would be essential to stopping that deck, and that's why I think Utility needs to go to 1.
I personally think Farm Girl needs to go to 1.
Yeah, either E-Telly or Farm Girl needs to be hit. It's as simple as that.
Hey, puts on sombrero. Why not both?
Next card we got up Gateway of the Six. Dylan,
No.
you don't want to see this card come back.
Nope.
Dylan doesn't want to see this card come back. He thinks it's way too broken. I think it could come back to 1, and I don't think it would change anything. 6 Sams aren't being played right now, and if they are, they're playing Nichiria Beast Rush.
Or they're going to get Gateway of the Six, and then you're going to see 6 Samurais everywhere.
I don't think we will, but
You're going to go to bed at night, and you're going to wake up, and you're like your mirror is just going to be a gateway. There's going to be all kinds of like samurai dudes popping into your bedroom, like taking your grill.
Next card. So obviously we disagree on that one.
That's right. Change the topic.
Next card is going to be Harpy's Feather Duster.
I
Now,
agree.
I think this needs to go to 1.
I agree.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why Harpy's Feather Duster over Heavy Storm.
I do. I mean, I agree.
Heavy Storm is anti-pendulum. I think that it kind of pendulum players wouldn't play it because there would be too much worrying about when to activate Heavy Storm versus Feather Duster, where it's like, oh, my opponent has 3 back row and 2 pendulum scales. I've got 2 pendulum scales, but I don't have enough to set up a scale again if I Heavy Storm. But I need to play safe, so you Heavy Storm, and now you can't pendulum, so you can't progress your plays. Versus Feather Duster, you can Feather Duster and still do your plays.
Yep.
So everybody can play Feather Duster. Not everyone can play Heavy Storm, and that's why I think Feather Duster will come back.
I agree.
Instant Fusion to 1. Instant Fusion's a difficult card for me.
I don't agree.
The reason I say Instant Fusion to 1 is you can either go a level 5 machine in something like Dynamis or Cyber Dragon or anything that has a level 5 machine, and now you've got no infinity.
True, but how many Cyber Dragon decks have you seen, bud?
I know, we covered this.
How many Dynamis decks have you seen, bud?
Another reason I say Instant Fusion to 1 is because Norden is a card.
He's a very balanced card.
But he opens up so much. You go from 1 card. You could top deck Instant Fusion. Now you got to Castell your opponent's boss monsters off the field, and you're swinging for 2,000.
All right, you got to think about it this way. With how fast the game's getting, it's just like card games on motorcycles times 20 because it's Sonic now. You just got to go faster and faster and faster. There's no reason to make something that, like, Konami wants to make this game as fast as possible. That's why they added a mechanic that lets you dump every monster from your hand onto the field in exactly half of a turn.
Yeah.
I don't think they would limit a card that adds speed to the deck, which also makes recovery plays. Plus, you can splash hit into anything because Norden, like, what deck doesn't use level 4s? If you look at the concentration of level 4 monsters compared to any other level, there's like probably at least 5 times as many level 4s.
It's very possible, I agree. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe Instant Fusion won't get hit. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, but I had to give a shout out for Instant Fusion. I think personally it should be, but I agree with you that Konami is trying to make this game very speed-based. And that it probably
I also
won't.
feel like Konami, with the previous ban lists in the past year and a half or 2 years, have been really, like,
lackluster.
Other than, like, the adjusted ban list that actually, like, dealt with Pepe, like, get chopping block, like, get wrecked kid.
Yeah.
I think, I don't even remember what, like, the ban list was last year in November. It was like, ban every Dragon Ruler limit soul charge, done, and like that's what they left off with.
Yeah, basically, I don't remember the ban list too well either. I think Dragoons got moved to 2 on that ban list.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's
let's
such
move.
a big...
Let's move 6 cards that aren't gonna affect too much, other than like the Dragon Rulers. Of course,
Yeah, the Dragon Rulers was huge.
that format was so AIDS. Like Freddie Mercury rolled in his grave.
All right, next card I thought was going to be limited, Solemn Strike. This is
I also don't agree about this.
This is more of a shout out to Hunter than anything, our teammate Hunter. He thought Strike would kind of be the surprise ban, or not surprise ban, but surprise adjustment on the list. Because as you know,
Exiton.
yeah, Konami for the past few ban lists has kind of dropped one surprise every ban list, and I think I agree with Hunter. I think this could be it, but I don't think it will be. We'll get more into what I think it will be.
So have you seen, on that topic of surprises, the reprints that are coming out in the next gold set?
That's a video for a different day, bro.
Bro, that's some hype right there.
Next limit card, Solemn Judgment.
Nope.
Solemn Judgment is one of the most skill-intensive cards. Hear me out on why. You're paying half your life points. Ask any hero player what it's like to pay half your life points and then have that play fail.
Now ask how every hero player you know, if they want to be able to pay half of their life points for a hero lives and then set a Solemn Judgment the next turn.
I think Judgment could... I know.
How many of those hero players want to do that?
I know.
Like, go up to Cortez the next time you come down here for Worlds or whatever, and you go, here, take a Solemn Judgment. He will laugh.
I know.
That ain't happening today, Coach.
I know. But I think it's a possibility. I mean, OCG's had it at 1 for a while, and nothing's happened. So...
Does the text on Judgment say monsters or monster?
When a monster...
So you couldn't even stop pendulums with it, so maybe.
Exactly, that's why I think it could come back. Honestly. It's more for the spell and trap negation than anything. Because I think if you're going to bring back Feather Duster, you might as well bring back Judgment just for an extra stop on it. If you have the luck for it. You know what I mean? The other 2 cards that I thought could that are probably going to go to limited are Construct to make Shaddoll players happy. Now, I don't think this will happen, but it's a possibility.
With Math at 1, I don't think it'll.
I don't think Shaddolls could keep up with Pendulums, but so I think they might try it at 1. But
well, Shadolls. So I imagine there's gonna be if Construct gets even semi-limited, limited, whatever, that there will be so many Pendulum decks splashed with Shadolls in them that it would make your head spin, bro.
So you don't think Construct will come back?
Personally, I think it'll get limited. That was my idea, but I don't know. Now that I think about it, who knows?
Yeah. Shout out to Shaddoll players. I was a Shaddoll player. I'd love to see this card get unbanned.
Dude, you weren't a Shaddoll player. You were riding them Shaddoll. I didn't know it if you did personally, but I guarantee you slept with your deck box some nights.
Not quite that much in love with Shaddolls, but no, I did love Shaddolls.
Bro, you didn't put that deck down.
Next card that I think should be limited, Exiton. I think Exiton is a huge comeback card. It is a rank 4 toolbox. Plus, I honestly think it's more balanced than a lot of people give it credit. It destroys all other cards on the field. That includes yours, and you can't deal any type of damage to your opponent for the rest of the turn. That's balanced in itself. That right there is balanced. I think Exiton needs to come back. I think that it was banned for all the wrong reasons, and I think it needs to come back. If just at 1, because no one's going to play more than 1 anyways. On to 2. We're going to start picking up speed here, because these are more cards that no one really ever talks about. Thunder King Ryo doesn't do anything. game's way too fast. It's searching way too fast all turn 1. So unless you open up Thunder King Ryo, I don't think it'll do anything. Dylan, yes or no? Take that as a yes. Book of Moon, I think, needs to also go to 2. It's not doing anything at 1. No one's even playing it. It can go to 2. Bottomless Trap Hole, I think, needs to go to 2. Anti-Pendulum card for anything over 1500. Just a good trap card. Plus, with Rafflesia out, being able to use her effect for 2 bottomlesses. It'll kind of replace the Treacherous Trap Hole essentially for Rafflesia with a second bottomless, and then you have your time space, obviously. Dragon Ravine, I don't think there's a reason for this to be banned or limited at all, or semi-limited at all, because Dragon Rulers are gone. Dragonity players would love to have this card back, and I don't think it would impact the game all that much. Cards that I think aren't going to be touched, but people are saying will be touched. Anti-Spell Fragrance. It's an anti-pendulum card, and it's the only card keeping non-pendulum decks competitive, in my opinion, aside from Monarchs. So I could see Anti-Spell Fragrance staying where it's at, but no adjustments. Chaos Emperor Dragon. A lot of people are saying because of the errata over in the OCG that we're going to get an errata in the Millennium Gold set coming out. I think it's Millennium Gold that it's called. So I think people are thinking we're going to get the errata in there, and I think if we do, yes, it'll go to 1. Do I think we're going to get it in there, and do I think it's going to go to 1? No. I think it's going to stay banned. Wondering where Dylan went. And the only other card that I really want to talk about is Laval Chain. Laval Chain. I think it should come back. Every deck already has Foolish Burial, and I think being able to make a Foolish Burial at the cost of 2 cards makes a lot more sense than just, oh, hey, I drew Foolish, I'm dropping Foolish. So I think Laval Chain has a little bit more balance instead of having a sack factor, in a sense. So that's Team Sodium's March, April Banlist prediction list. Leave your comments below whether or not you agree, disagree, what all your thoughts are.
Apologies, I was crying over the loss of Exciton.
I just finished up the video, so you're good. Keep in mind this is our first video, so any comments on what we could do to improve would be greatly appreciated. And like I said, if you like our video, like, subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment below.